Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into a company that's just received a wake-up call from the stock market. Let's see if they can turn things around or if they're headed for the corporate emergency room. This report is about Ondas Holdings and it isn't good news. They've been warned that their stock price is too low and they risk getting kicked off the Nasdaq stock exchange. Let's find out what's going on and what they plan to do about it. If you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below where we discuss these filings in real time. This is a Form 8K which companies file when something important happens that investors should know about right away. In this case, the important thing is a warning from the Nasdaq stock exchange. The bad news arrived on May 16, 2025. That's the date of the report and when the problem started. The company in question is Ondas Holdings Inc. They're based in Boston and their stock trades under the ticker symbol ONDS on the Nasdaq. Here's the core of the issue. Ondas Holdings received a letter from Nasdaq stating that their stock price has been below $1 for 30 consecutive business days. Nasdaq requires companies to maintain a minimum bid price of $1 per share to stay listed on the Nasdaq capital market. This rule is known as Nasdaq Listing Rule 555FD Inc. 2. Basically, Nasdaq is saying your stock is too cheap, fix it or leave. Ondas has been given 180 calendar days until November 12, 2025 to get their stock price back above $1. If their stock closes at $1 or higher for at least 10 consecutive business days before November, they're in compliance. The company says they're watching their stock price closely and considering all options to get back into compliance. This could involve strategies to boost the stock price or other actions. If Ondas can't get its share price up organically, they might consider a reverse stock split. That's when a company reduces the number of its outstanding shares, which increases the price of each remaining share. For example, if they did a 1-for-10 reverse split, every 10 shares would become 1 share and the price would theoretically multiply by 10. This can make a stock look more attractive to some investors, but it doesn't change the underlying value of the company. If Ondas can't meet the requirements, their stock could be delisted, meaning it would no longer trade on the Nasdaq. This would make it harder for investors to buy and sell the stock, and it usually leads to a further drop in price. However, Ondas could appeal this decision. There's no guarantee they'll get an extension or avoid delisting. The filing includes the usual legal disclaimer about forward-looking statements. This basically means that the company's predictions about the future are not guarantees and could be wrong due to various risks and uncertainties. Now, let's step back and consider what this means for Ondas. The immediate problem is the low stock price, but this is often a symptom of deeper issues. Investors may be concerned about the company's financial performance, its growth prospects, or its overall strategy. A low stock price can create a kind of doom loop where it gets harder to raise money, attract employees, and maintain customer confidence. Ondas has a few months to turn things around. They could try to improve their financial results, announce a major new deal, or implement a reverse stock split. However, a reverse stock split is often seen as a last resort, and it doesn't always work. Sometimes it can even backfire as investors see it as a sign of weakness. Ultimately, Ondas needs to convince investors that it has a solid plan for the future and that it can deliver sustainable growth. This situation highlights the importance of keeping a close eye on your investments and understanding the risks involved. Even companies that are listed on major exchanges can run into trouble. Alright, that's our breakdown of Ondas Holdings' warning from Nasdaq. What's your take on this situation and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.